Hello, guys, and welcome back to Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2024. You saw last time we started out with a 2-4 record over here, and that is not good. We had a lot of injuries, so hopefully our team can recover and be healthier and improve. Sorry if I seem hung up at the moment. I tried to record, and the software I was using decided to stop recording a minute and 12 seconds into the video. I didn't realize it, so I played about 30 minutes and lost about 30 minutes. So that's not good. Anyway, let's go back. Let's get back to our team here. Let's look at the depth chart. And Forson's still out. Kelly's still out. One thing I talked about in the gameplay that I lost is that we're trying this 7 seconds offense, and it's not working out for us. We haven't had a completely healthy roster yet, so maybe it could work if guys get back and get healthy. But I'm going to go ahead and switch to balanced and straight man-to-man on this and see if that fares any better. I do think we should be going in the post a little bit more because Bennett is so good. I think that'll help our scoring out. Let's see how the next game fares. Let's go ahead and simulate this. And we had a team incident, and it's probably going to be Isaiah Cravens again. And it is. He's becoming a problem. So if he continues to be a problem, I'm going to trade him for sure once we get closer to the trade deadline. Maybe even before that, if he keeps being a problem. Let's go ahead and get to the next game. Yet another team incident. So now Paul Lopez and Antoine Asani, or Akani, something like that, are arguing. Both players' attitudes dropped as a result. Neither of those players are great. If you look at our team here, I apologize for a second. I just want to make sure I'm still recording. Looks like I am. So that's good. I'm using new software now, so hopefully I won't have that problem again. If we look at these guys, Lopez and Asani, I'm going to call him. I mean, he's a 2-star with potential 2.5. And Asani's even worse, if I remember right. He's a 1.5, potential 2. So neither of these guys are like super important for me to keep happy. I mean, you can get a point guard just as good almost any time from free agency. So they're definitely not big stars. I'm not going to concern myself too much with keeping those guys happy. If you click on the dashboard here, if you go into view team at the bottom, if you look at the little smiley face, everybody looks happy right now. There's green and a smiley face, which means they're happy. There's a yellow, sort of flat-mouthed face, which means they're middling. It means they are so-so. And then there's a red, frown, angry face, which means they are ready to just punch somebody in the face. And luckily, so far, everybody seems happy, so I'm not too worried about that incident that just occurred. Let's get off the screen here. Let's go ahead and go to the next game. Let's reset my depth chart. Just a second. Spurgeon's out 1 day. Sony's out 1 day. Kelly's out 9 more days of that spring finger. Forgive me, guys. I'm just trying to look at all the spots on the screen and make sure I fully know all the tools open and available to me to make my team better. Let's go ahead and sim this next game. And we won 3-5 now. If you want to look at that box score down here at the bottom, these scores pop up. You kind of have to catch your game if you want to look at the box score of the game you just played the day before. But I actually really like that at the bottom. It looks a lot neater than it did last year. I didn't point that out in the last video. And, we played pretty well. Bennett only had 6 points. He only took 5 shots. He should shoot more. We could turn our offense to a post-focused offense, but I don't know if I want to do that. We did just win this game. We shot decent from the 3, as you can see, the 35.7, but 39.7 is not really great field goal percentage. And some of these guys just aren't going to, like if you look at Bennett, his scoring is a 57, so there are some games where he's just not going to take a lot of shots. He's more of a rebounding, shot blocking guy than a scorer. He does certainly make some points, so that's another reason I wouldn't want to go to post focus. He's just not a scorer. When he does take shots, he makes a lot of them. What is his field goal percentage? 69%, which is excellent. So, but he's a guy that's not comfortable with putting up a lot of points, which is another reason I want to steer from going that route. Yet Fortson at 22. And we have another game right here. We just won that game, so let's go ahead. Before we start, let's make sure everything is. We still got 2 injured players. Let's make sure. Looks like Nick Bryant has a bruised shoulder. Kelly's still out. Let's make sure everything's lined out there. Okay, let's go ahead and play this next game. It's not great. Another thing I should look at, I've not looked at yet. I think it's under, it might be under Office. Actually, no, it's under, it's this screen right here, the staff screen. Here are our coaches. Vegas Howell is our head coach, and you can see none of these guys are particularly amazing. And this does affect your team. Like the better that your coach is at offensive knowledge and defensive knowledge, that has an effect on whether you're winning or losing games and you're simulating. Player development, that's how well players develop who have more potential to become better players. The higher that star rating is, the better your players develop, your young players in particular. And none of these guys are great at that. I don't know if there's any options to have what these guys can focus on so much. Here you can see I think the handshake means you can extend their contract. And all these guys only have a year remaining, but none of them are great. I'm going to go ahead and keep them around this year, but I mean, we could easily replace them in the off season. The little trash can means you remove them right now, and there are available coaches to hire. But I'm going to go ahead and keep these guys on for the first season. You can also raise your own potential star rating uh, in your office menu here. Once you kind of level up and gain badge levels as you play through. And you can upgrade your skills, and that has an effect on your team as well. One thing I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and bump up um, the rebounding a little bit. It's a little too much. Let's see. This is a little hard to control here. Bump up the rebounding just a little bit. Because we have Bennett, who's such a good rebounder. And let's go ahead and play the next game. Another loss. 3-7 now. This video won't be as long as last video. Last video was a little bit lengthy. We still have 2 injured players before this game. Let's look at our depth chart. Our defensive rating is getting better, so I'm happy for that. Cravens also keeps getting injured. He's now got a strained abdominal. 2 days. It's like when he's healthy, he's crying. When he's hurt, I mean, I guess he's probably still crying. So, he's a crybaby. Hey, we won this game, 4-7 now, and we got another injury, but from Derek Spurgeon, looks like, unfortunately. Forson's out again too. Gosh, bruised triceps, strained calf. We are 4-7 though. We're on the upswing a little bit, I feel like, compared to we're in the first video, but still having a ton of injury problems. Next we play Miami, and they're not great. They're 3-8. Or even no, actually they're still a favorite, probably because we don't have Fortson. We gotta get Fortson playing and healthy. I mean, look at that. He's our leading assist guy and our leading scorer at the same time. So his offense runs directly through that guy. All right, let's see how this game fares. We lost. That's not good. I mean, we have a team incident. So help me, if it's Cravens again, I might go ahead and just trade him. Yeah, it's Cravens again. He's continuing to be a problem. Is he healthy? He was injured, but maybe he's healthy now after a few days. I'll get to 15 games simulated and stop the video. We're 4-8 with 12 games right now. Let's look at... I don't know how often I'm going to upload. Probably once or twice, maybe 3 times in a week if I get time. I work full time, so it's hard to find time to do all the things you want to do. I would like to upload more, certainly, but it is what it is. Let's look at the depth chart here. And everybody's healthy except for Spurgeon, who's still out with the strained calf for 6 days. I think I want to go ahead. But we got Cravens as our 6th man. Maybe he'll be okay with that. I'll keep him for right now since we got him playing in this game. But I don't expect to keep him around. Aaron Fortson at 45 points. Despite that, we still lost. I'm going to have to look into ways to change things around so that we start to improve. I feel like we should be better than we are, or better than our record shows. Our offense is just not flowing. But our guards aren't good, though. I mean, aside from Fortson, he's been out a lot. If you look at the insights here, this shows where we are in each statistic compared to the rest of the league. And you see we're second in blocks per game. But we're 30th. We're last in steals per game. So that's not great. We're also 26th in rebounds per game. Despite me upping our rebounds, we're last in assists per game. That's just not good at all. Our guard play is terrible. Let's try pace and space for a bit. And I also want to go back into my office and let's bump the rebounding up even more because we should be, gosh, not that much. I don't want that much foul trouble. Okay. There we go. Well, that's our defensive intensity. I actually didn't want to raise that much. Let's try that right there. Also, maybe let's pick up our offensive pace a little bit. Maybe that'll, it could be our 7 seconds. Didn't work out with a middling offensive pace. Let's bump that up. Of course, I think if you pace and space, you want more of a slower offensive pace. Forgive me if my basketball knowledge is not that great. Let's see how this goes. We're playing against the Royals, who are very mediocre, 6-6, better than we are. Is everything set the way it should be in terms of our lineup? Let me make sure. No, it's not. Hill is out. He's probable, but even if a guy's probable, I would still rather sit him if he's hurt. Spurgeon's still out. Cravens is still getting some playing time for us. How did he fare in the last game? Let's look at the game logs. He played 34 minutes, and he had 9 points, 7 rebounds. It's not bad. He's 4 or 5 from the field. It's probably his best game so far. All right. We won. We beat the Sacramento Royals to improve to 5-9. I would like to look at that box score real quick. I'm going to end the video here pretty quick. Maybe I'll even get an upload tomorrow. If these videos are shorter, maybe I can upload, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a week. We'll just have to see what happens. And where's that game? There we go. All right. Fortson was our player of the game with 34 points and 9 assists. We were 44% from the field, which isn't, I mean, that's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. We still won the game. We out-rebounded them a little bit. We hit 15 threes when they only hit 9, so that was a big difference. And our free throw shooting was really good, so those are good signs. Cravens only had a point in 21 minutes. 11 rebounds, though, and Bennett had 13. Maybe bumping up those rebounds helped some of this win. Do one more game, which is right here against the Memphis Roar, who are 7-6. They are the favorite. And we lost. So 5-10 in the first 15 games. It's obviously not ideal. We have an email. Player of the week goes to Aaron Fortson. That's awesome. We definitely want to keep Fortson around and Bennett around. I think that's a really good 1-2 punch. They're really good players. The pieces around them are not very good. Our guard play, our point guard is just not very good. Let's go ahead and get to the next game. And I might look at the standings real quick and the stats real quick. So here's the next game where we'll start the next video against the Commodores. And they are the favorite here. Clinton is out with a concussion. Everybody else is healthy. Before I leave, let's go ahead and set the depth chart for that game. I don't want McClinton playing with a concussion. Spurgeon is back. He's pretty good. 18 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He's pretty good. Okay, if we look at the standings here real quick before we turn this video off, if you look in the, I don't know why it's got the division. I think the conference is more important if you're trying to determine if you can reach the playoffs or not. But right now we are not in playoff contention. You see we're down here at the bottom. Not the worst team, but certainly not the best. Not in playoff contention at the moment. So that's not good, but it's not a surprise either. I mean, you're not going to make the playoffs being winning only a 30-year games. So if you look at the stats really quick, let's click right here. And click on statistics. Colin Richardson is shooting 83.3% from the field. That is awesome. Cravens has got a good field goal percentage, despite being a whiny baby. You see Lopez, who our guards are not great, guys. Excuse me. If you want to pause, look at the stats here. obviously you're welcome to. What is this right here? You can look at more advanced stats, I think. I just wanted to click into that real quick. You guys can look at those if you're interested. I'll go ahead and stop the video here. Hopefully I can upload sometime this week. I'm a little busy this week, but we'll see what happens. And until next time,